one of the new items we've got for the caravan, and we picked it up from B&M. I've got the thicker, well, the darker grey one at home. I want to get a light grey one that I've seen in B&M, but from another B&M I got the cream one, but it is a reversible one. So you've got the cream on one side, then on the other side, you could probably tell the difference that way, is white. So you've got sort of two looks in one, so you could have white or the cream. We've got it on the cream. And this is for a double, and this was on clearance. It was the double duvet cover, teddy bear fleece, and the two pillowcases for £10. So I just wanted to include that. It has been quite windy, although we've had some sunny spells while we've been here. The wind has been picking up again, and we did have some rain also. So it does sometimes drop in heat at night. So we have taken the normal duvet off cover and had this one on. The fitted sheet underneath is not a fleece one, it's just an ordinary cotton one, because we've got two fitted sheets because of the bed goes at an angle. They're specifically for this mattress, and they were purchased years ago when we bought the caravan, and we got those online. Okay, rest of my mixed haul. I've shared the bedding that we got from B&M. In the background, we did pop into the range. That is some board, because some of the drawers, cupboards, I've got very awkward shapes, and especially the cutlery drawer. And I came up with this idea that I saw when we was here the last time, and I found this board in the range, and we purchased it this time, and it was £3.99 to make some dividers, because it's quite thin, but it should be strong enough and can be used hopefully. So hubby picked these up, some hobby knives, a 7-pack. This was £1.69. So hopefully we'll be able to cut the board while we're here and not have to use any power tools, although we have got electric hookup and everything, and we do have a drill here, but we don't have like a saw and things like that. So hopefully we're going to give this a go and see if this works out, because when I was pricing up and looking at containers specifically for caravans, motorhomes, small spaces, they are quite expensive. Plus, very often when I've got the sizes that are actually normally kept on my phone, if I need any storage, even if it's for the home in the caravan, I have the sizes, and that way I can keep an eye out for storage. So the knives and obviously the board, and the other item, I've took it out the packaging because I've already used it, is this like fluorescent cable for my phone. We're going to give this a go. We tend to get through a lot of cables. We have a couple here for different things, because also hubby has his vaping batteries that need charging up as well. So we do have a number of different cables, which we're hoping is on our to-do list actually, to go through them. Plus we got quite a few at home, especially with 3 adults, and sometimes our other son, daughter-in-law Turner, need their phone charged up and everything, so it's surprising. But this one, if I hadn't said, was £3.99. I'm going to see how this one goes. It's a really strong cable. Some of them, after a while, they tend to sort of split here, you know, especially if they get bent too much. So £3.99. So it was just the 3 items I got from the range. We did go in the Iceland food warehouse. I picked up some Pepsi Max 3 litres. It was 2 bottles for £4, just because we are restricted how much Coke bottles. I think it's down to weight. as well that we can have delivered with our home delivery. Did pick up some potato salad, and that was, we think it was £1. It did say £2, which I've never paid that, even from Iceland, but I seem to think that it was £1.39 normally when I have my delivery, but we wanted that with the pizza, which we had last night. But I think, was we only charged £1 in the end? Was that all we got? I think from Coke and the potato salad, I think, wasn't it, from the Iceland warehouse. We did actually look at a few items, but my freezer box in the caravan is full, so I couldn't get any freezer items even to take home. The next one we went to was Asda. I'm afraid I didn't get any filming done. We set up the caravan first of all, then we went into Asda, and because there was a few things on the list we wanted from different stores, I wasn't going to end up filming because we wanted to sort of get to the retail part and get back so we could have some lunch, because we did the setup. Hubby went into work for a couple of hours. We came here, got the caravan from Lockup, come to the farm, New Lodge Farm at Borwick, set it up, which we can do it in 20 minutes. Sometimes we have dinner cooking at the same time, but we had lunch when we got back. But that's unpacking the case, the clothes in the wardrobe, doing the water, the waste, the electrics, everything like that. We've got it down to 20 minutes and under, and even sometimes we have a meal cooking at the same time. So just a little bit of background. I think this video is going to be consisting of the whole weekend, probably in one go. It's more of a relaxing weekend, and getting a few little bits tweaked as well. So going back to Asda, again, it's a little bit of a weird shop probably. So the first item, believe it or not, this was £4, which was really good. Hubby picked it up first of all in Asda, and he was glad he was, because when we went into the range it was £6.99, wasn't it? Was it for the same size? So it just shows you, because originally we was going to get it from the range because they do have a DIY section, but he's glad that he bought it from Asda, although originally he just wanted a small one, because it's surprising sometimes we need things like this in the caravan. So that was £4. I didn't order my bagels from Iceland for two reasons. One, they're still £1.60. Two, the set that I normally have, Warburton's £1.60, was out of stock, and they only had the thin bagels. I think I mentioned this in my Iceland food delivery haul. But I did pick up originally Warburton's bagels in Asda. They were down to £1.25. Quite a saving from Iceland. You know, if we're out and about and we're not going out our way, I keep in mind what I need, either on my phone or, you know, a list, just to keep an eye on pricing. But then what we've always had in the past, but then they went up, was the New York Bagels. And funny enough, hubby pointed these out, so I ended up putting the Warburtons back because the New York ones were on offer for £1. And yes, had to pick these up. He actually pointed these out. Red onion and chive bagels. It's 4 for £5. But we did always used to have New York ones first of all before we went on to Warburton's, and for £1. All their bagels were £1. And then we got the plain ones, the original ones, also £1, because I bought 2 lots of Philadelphia with me. I think one's garlic and chive, which I don't know, possibly we would have with the plainer bagels, and then with the red and onion I would have the original Philadelphia. We do like our bagels, great for lunch, snacks, or even suppers. So that's those. Hubby also picked this up. Normally, if you've watched me a number of times, we go to Asda and we get a trifle, but hubby fancied picking this up. This is the cookie pie. A declaration if I get any prices wrong. I think it was £2.50. I don't want to swear by it. And it's the cookie pie. I think you just briefly put it in the oven for a little bit of time. Gas mark 3, 5 to 8 minutes. And to go along with that, we got the cream. Hubby, can you remember how much this was? No. So, no, I don't want to keep looking down on my receipt because I know it can be annoying. But anyway, we got the Asda. I will say, I don't know if it's a slight mistake, but over the Easter weekend, I got the extra thick cream from Tesco's, and literally you scoop it almost like a light ice cream, but everybody really did like it, didn't they? And I think it would be amazing with apple pie. So anyway, we got the carton of cream. You know me and getting things after the season. That's exactly what I've done this time. Everything was reduced. So first of all, we got the George Easter range, 4 placemats and 4 coasters, so they could be you know, sort of coloured in, and this was down to 50p. I thought ideal to keep up for our granddaughter for next year. This is the way I save money. Yeah, it's paying out again after each season, but I always have a small budget after each season in case I see anything and these sort of things, and it doesn't take a lot to store it anyway. It does actually say a lot of these says now plastic free packaging. So yeah, so it comes with the 4 placemats and 4 coasters for colouring. Really nice, you know, if our granddaughter comes and sits down, we could eat. I've even known in the past to take something like this, you know, like a pad that's placemat, and I've ripped them off when we've been in a restaurant with her and took some crayons. Very often some restaurants, if you ask, they do have their colouring things, but very often I take things like this, especially when we're waiting for our food to come out, things like that. So I got that one. This was also reduced down to 50p, and if you remember, I did a mum one with her for Mother's Day. It's got Hello Bunny. They only had the one left, so I would have liked another one because she could do this one for her mum and dad, but I'd like her to do one for us, but I only seen the one. And this is the canvas. As say, anything like this is normally £1 even from Poundland, but I think that is really sweet, so I can keep that up for next Easter. And then this was half price. This is the 12 treat boxes. As you know, I like to get these sort of things in. I'm not sure if I can open this one up because I like to get these sort of things in, and it comes with these, and I like these sort of things to go on my table or whatever. So it's just a matter of making the boxes up. So there's that design, that design, that design. I'm not sure if they're going to be big enough to actually put a, you know, the, what you call them, the eggs, or if not, you could put 2 or 3 of the tiny mini eggs in. We've got this design, and this design. So it's like these sort of things, and even, you know, if I wanted to give something to neighbours, it's a cheap way of doing it and just putting a couple of little eggs in. So that is that, and that was £1. I think I've oh, one more item, a request from our son. It's been a while since I got Ribena. I think it might have been, I like to say £2.49, but you don't need a lot, and it says bursting with over 30% fruit juice. Very often we have Robinsons, occasional Ribena, but our son did request it, and I said while we was out at the retail park, I would go and get some, but he didn't want the light one because he said I think he doesn't like the taste so much. So there you are. And no, our son didn't come, unfortunately. He's had to work all weekend, so we got him that. Again, I think that's all. You might follow us over this weekend. We've got a few little tweaks to do and a couple of little projects, so hopefully you'll follow us along on our weekend. So the top 3 drawers for cutlery and utensils have now been finished and organised. I sort of said to hubby about this board and about crossing it over here to make the individual compartments, but the rest of the measuring and actually building it, which I think was fairly simple, as long as you obviously measure everything correctly, but as an engineer it is pretty good that way, and is a bit of a perfectionist with measurements, so I left that side to him, and it's worked out really well. So I've got me knives and forks there, I've got dessert spoons and teaspoons back there, and like we said, we've crossed them over, made a gap so they've crisscrossed across, and just put a little bit of all-purpose glue on the base. And hubby's also cut some bases as well for the bottoms of the drawers. Not sure how it's going to hold up. We said we'll see how it goes, and if need be, maybe something a bit stronger at some point, but see whether it works. This one is just made me a sort of another bottom, and these are all the utensils. Again, I've used the hot, warm, cold method to how I use pieces. So like serving spoons, you know, fry slicer, tin opener, pair of scissors, peeler, and also we've got a pizza cutter there. And then I did say to hubby whether he could actually come up with something, even if it's temporary, because these knives are really sharp. I just tend to have this one for sharp knives. So it's made some grooves, and this is quite solid as well, fixed down. And it's got all the sharp knives there. The larger ones I don't use so much, but it's like a bread knife and everything, but it's handy to have them. This is the one I use the most, and then I've just got a set of steak knives, which we don't use that much unless of course we're barbecuing steak or something like that. So it's turned out really well, and we'll see how that works out before we you know, maybe put something a little bit more stable in. We'll see how it holds up. yes, every household in caravan motorhome probably has a bit drawer, and it's surprising what we've got in here. I don't think we've actually gone through this in maybe 2 years, is it?
Probably longer than that.
It usually stays pretty contained. I think it's just once in a while we need to go through it. I did replace, you know, the storage with these baskets. Can't remember if I got them from B&M or Poundland, but we're just gonna have a quick review and see what's in there. Right, so we've actually gone through it all. It hasn't taken that long because majority of stuff in here is kept. So over here we've got super glue, we've got wood glue, we have actually got, although I've got another sewing kit, we've got a sewing kit in here, so a variety of different glues. These are not crafting glues, these are just for you know, anything to do with maintenance. That's cleaners for glasses. Always keep a tape measure in here. That's just plumbing bits for like under the sink, especially I think mostly for the bathroom, isn't it? Or is it both? Both. Then we have a selection of batteries, because you never know, torch batteries or batteries for the remote for the motor mover. That's just a little bit for the hoover, so I know where it is. Gaffer tape.
That's PVC tape.
Yeah, bits these like that. This here is proper upholstery twine, and down here is the, with the corks on, is the sharp needles. This is when any time these are done, because hubby did actually put all new buttons on here. We got those from eBay. They were like a covered material and we didn't like it, and I said, well, if they're going to show it up, we might as well go for the brown. So that's what we did. This is just double velcro. These are velcro ties. These are excellent for different things. We use those for our towing cover, screws. We've even got white tack in here. These are things that go on bottoms of things to stop things from scratching. And then we have our bits and bobs here, command strips, because we do have like that up there that sometimes I have either a refill or anything up there. And just suckers, yes, for decor. These are for cable tiders, and just these here, although they've been kept, these are plastic ones, but hubby again replaced all of the catches on all the cupboards for metal ones instead of having plastic, which is all these sort of cupboards up here all through the caravan. And this box, I'm not sure if I got this one from B&M or this was a Poundland, or even it could have been Home Bargains, but it's really handy because it keeps a majority of things contained. So like I said, it pretty much stays like this anyway. It just needs now and again reviewing, and we just actually pulled a few bits out. This has been in there quite a length of time, so that's just rubbish. Elastic bands we use, but they perish after a while. Don't need those are going home. And that, hubby's never used it. It's a cooking apron, barbecuing we had for Father's Day a couple of years ago, but never used it, so I'm just going to donate that for to charity shop. This is an actual tie. It was a plaque, but I put a different tie on it, and this will take home because it's got Dad special delivery order pad. Maybe I can give it to you for Father's Day again this year. But that might be coming handy at home. So just a few little bits out of that first drawer. So this is the second drawer. I've actually escalated with my craft pieces, so I'll probably move some bits out of here because they don't really have to stay in here, because I've got another craft section which hopefully I'll share in this video. It's things like this postcard we actually got from Cornwall, and I've just put it in a cheap frame, but we've got lots of bits and pieces. We've got coasters in here, that's spare glasses, earphones. I've got this crate your own owl, I may even take that home actually, because it's been in here about 2 or 3 years and it hasn't been done. And I say earphones galore, and I think definitely that one can be taken out. I do, yeah, magazines, they can be dumped and got rid of. We'll keep these in here because these are handy. So we've got the word search here, and I've got my creative therapy colouring book. I was doing an owl, it's somewhere in here, and there's that one. But I know there was an owl I was doing a while back, but the only problem is I think the pen's dried up being in here, and so it might be a bit awkward actually to finish it off now. But I do like these sort of things. I mean, sometimes some of them you don't necessarily have to colour, you can use them for any sort of crafting project. But it's just one of those things. I'll have to get some more felt tips to leave. There we are. There's the owl I was doing. I was doing it as autumn colours, but as I said, I think the felt tips actually dried up. But if it come to it, I could just keep that centre one because that is actually complete. So, and that folder there, I'm not going to open it, but it has things like menus and information. When we get maps to sites that we go regularly, we tend to circle the pictures that we like, because it's deceiving that some pictures can be actually flatter than others, and you don't realise until you try and put a caravan on, either reversing it or even using a motor mover. So any documentation not to do with maintenance of the caravan, that is actually separate, but anything like when I pick up to date menus, you know, takeaways and things like that, especially places where we go frequently, so that can stay there. Earphones, and just a pen we normally keep in here, and whatever that happens to be. Playing cards. What's this? Oh, that's to the window thing. So I think everything else can stay in there. We do put the big placemats in here as well, but when we've got this bed made up in the evenings to watch TV, because obviously we do have our bigger TV there, it's more comfortable. Plus when it gets really hot, we tend to, especially if you've not got jumpers or something on, you tend to stick to leather, so it just makes it more comfortable. So coasters, placemats, when we're not using them, go in here, and when I'm not got that picture out, that goes in there. And glasses, is that to go in back in here?
Yeah, but I think eventually I want to take it home.
Oh, okay, right.
But these can come out.
Oh, okay. I know I've got another set of earphones down in the tech cupboard down the other end of the caravan, but we seem to get through a lot of earphones like we do actual charging cables. So again, we've just reviewed that. So because this doesn't have to just be for a caravan, motorhome or whatever. It could be for your own home as well, because it's surprising if you don't actually review pieces, it can get out of hand. You do the high road, I do the low road. So hubby's going to make the bed up at the front of the caravan. We don't sleep on this one, as I said, it's only to watch TV. It just makes it a lot more comfortable.
notice I'm always the one making the beds in the caravan.
You do such a good job.
No, I think it's because you can't reach.
Probably that and all. Coming up behind you. Yeah.
Where's the... There's that way. And there it is.
Looks like, even though the wind picks up a little bit, it seems to be quite a good evening, doesn't it?
It was last night as well.
And quite a few have actually arrived during today, more than they did yesterday. As I say, when our son comes, this is where he sleeps. Often moan because we mess his bed up, don't we?
Yep. Or
Yeah.
he moans that his bed's too hot when we settle down at night because we've all been laying on it.
Aren't these his pillows as well?
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, we have blankets as well because it's surprising, doesn't it? Sometimes, especially we haven't got the awning up, which we haven't, because we're only here for the weekend. It does get very warm, so we do have, aside, I've mentioned this before, besides having a gas heater, it does run off electric, and we've also got that heater, but it does actually warm the caravan up very quickly.
Oh yeah, pizza vans there. Ta-da!
I think it's sliding down a bit.
Stop talking then.
Okay, I had a little bit of a pampered session in the caravan tonight. This is the facial scrub. As I said, I like the tea tree products, and then today I've used the Raspberry Sun Kiss shampoo, which is this one. Last night I actually tried this one. This one was actually from Poundland. This is the Land of Nod shower gel with relaxing and calming lavender. But this evening, and I love this one, is the Comforter shower cream. It's one of those products that I used to get as a gift. Either I get from Body Shop. This one's actually from Lush, and I had that in a box set. Yeah, it's all mirrors in her little bathroom here. And then I had the Gonk printed foot pack. I love the packaging on that. Look at that, and that's sweet. And then I also tried the Gonk printed sheet mask, and again I like the print on that. So that was what I was doing this evening. I also spent a couple of days doing my planner, which will be coming up in a separate video. So I probably will include some pieces that we do tomorrow also on this video. So I'm going to call it a night now because it is getting really late. We've just been watching a little bit of NCIS. So for this video at the moment, good night. It's just that cupboard needs to be checked because it's not secure.
What, this one?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
so I can't reach.
Why is that, darling?
I can't reach the back.
Is it?
Just check all the open the cork.
We didn't go in it, did we? Caravan is. Sorry, the road's a bit bouncy. About 5 to 10.
Yeah, it was the dust.
Yeah, it would do. As soon as I open the door, the dust from the gravel. You see the wind blowing it all.
So the movies we gonna watch tonight, well, if we get a chance to watch both of them, we've got on Blu-ray we've got the Jurassic 2 movie collection, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic World. So that's what we're going to watch tonight. I'm cooking our son his meal due to the fact that we had a meal out with family, but our son had to work. And then before bed I will do a reset for the next day due to hubby going back to work as well. So we've had an amazing weekend. I have spread the video over 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Don't normally do it this way, but hopefully you've enjoyed this video of how we spent our weekend. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.